Hey there, friendos! Fredo Supreme, the American Dream, back with more Alpha Protocol action. Last time on this playthrough, Mike went gallivanting through Moscow. He befriended an informant, a mercenary, and he even managed to double befriend one of his homies from back in Taipei. And he seems to be in said homie's good books with him, as the email you can clearly see before you indicates. In addition, I managed to snag a little bit of Halbeck intel off of, I assume, a laptop on a yacht owned by a Russian mob boss. I could always go for a bit more chips. Send to Halbeck, get 1,500 by the next morning. Huh. And it looks like Z seems to approve of the fact that I perforated her like that time 50 Cent got shot 9 times. By the way, if you're wondering if I still think about that little 50 Cent stand joke from episode 4, I came up with one that makes slightly more sense. His stand would be survival of the fittest, and it basically makes him invincible whenever the going gets obnoxiously tough and he ends up in a high damage situation. Much like that shooting where he survived getting shot 9 times. Nevertheless, we now know that Surkov may be... the Surkov cat, turns out he might be our in regarding the weapons shipment in Moscow. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go check out what Mr. Surkov has to say about the Halbeck shipments and whatnot.
Turn up anything, Mina?
The name Grigori provided. Sergei Surkov. He's well connected in Moscow, and he may know what Halbeck's plans are.
Any idea where I can find him?
I've confirmed he's at the American Embassy now. He should be there for the next few hours, if his schedule holds.
Good to hear. Is something wrong?
Something's interfering with the signal. I'm going to switch to another frequency.
What the hell?
Mike, I understand you're going after Surkov.
I suppose it's too much to ask. Give me some warning before you interrupt my calls.
We don't have a lot of time. I know about your mission, and I can assist you in getting to Surkov. When you arrive at the embassy, I can patch into your frequency and provide support as your handler. I think you'll find G-22's resources are considerable.
Alright. I could use all the help I can get.
Excellent. I have your frequency. I'll contact you when you reach the embassy, and we can go from there.
I'll get my gear and head out.
All right. One last thing, Mike. I'd prefer infiltrating the embassy quietly. If things should get difficult, however.
I'll be ready. Expecting trouble?
Always.
Great.
What happened? I got cut off.
Mina, I think Albatross is going to be joining us at the embassy.
What?
No time to explain. But I think we need to reach Surkov now. So this is the embassy, huh? I was hoping for something a little cheerier.
There's still no contact from G-22. Do you want to
Mike,
call
this is
them?
Albatross. Our surveillance indicates you're at the embassy perimeter. Can you confirm?
I'm guessing that feedback means you've cut me off from my handler.
I've locked down your signal to keep radio traffic to a minimum. It's a low probability embassy security will pick up our conversation, but I'm worried about other interests.
So how do you want to do this? Are we going to be on the buddy system? Wear matching t-shirts?
Our goal is to reach Surkov, extract the information, and then go our separate ways. Don't mistake my intentions, Mike. If I had agents in place, I would use them.
Alright, let's see what we got at the front door.
Embassy guards. Standard issue weapons. According to our intelligence, the embassy hasn't been alerted, so they shouldn't be expecting trouble. Still, approach with caution.
Always.
So, here we are, in a room full of strangers. Well, technically it's a building full of strangers, and one very prominent businessman who knows certain details. By the way, had I been mean to Grigori back at that bar, i.e. being a little too aggressive or even just professional and therefore buying information off of him, then the guards would have been alerted and they would instead be soldiers packing assault rifles. Maybe if I do, I don't know what I'm going to officially call it, if I even consider doing them, but Turn It On Again run. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did get the name from the Genesis album that contains Land of Confusion. By the way, that thing Albatross said about infiltrating it quietly, going up this ladder, Yeah, turns out that's actually a somewhat bad idea, as if you go up that ladder, the only way in will be through a door, and when you go through it, for some reason, it will flag the game as making it think that you attacked the guards as opposed to didn't even touch them. Which is one of the reasons why in the last segment here, near the end of the mission, I will be hauling ass out the front door as opposed to the second floor roof access door. I also purchased a bit of intel before I started recording. I mean, nothing too much for this mission that I hadn't purchased in the previous part. Basically just a security map of the embassy and sniper rifle on the roof.
Can we help you, sir?
I was hoping to see Sergei Surkov. Can you check to see if he's in?
Of course, sir. Give me a moment.
You are not on the list. Do not let the guard make that call.
This is a matter of some delicacy. I'm here on official CIA business.
Uh-oh. Surkov in some hot water?
Not that he's a flight risk, but I'd like to speak to him face to face. And I may require your help in securing the building once I'm in.
It'd be my pleasure. Just go in, sir. I'll let security know to be on their toes if there's trouble.
By the way, that approach that I just took, it works even if you did piss off Grigori. Also, had I been a soldier or a veteran, I could have picked a bonus fourth option that basically amounts to, my name's Agent Michael Thornton, I need to see Surkov immediately. And you would make entrance much quicker than how I just did. But again, only if you didn't act like a jerk to Grigori. Huh. Nice place. Quiet, too. Almost too quiet. Ah. I hate it when I'm right.
I'm reading a C4 explosion in your area.
Ah, the VCI seem to be here.
Great. Any idea how many?
Enough. Keep focusing on Surkov. That's where they're headed.
By the way, had I sided with Z instead, then I would have ended up having to fight G-22 instead of the VCI goons. And they took out that one... they took out that one Marine over near where I was camping out. Well. Well then, time for the off-season run-back, boys. It looks like that guard on the roof seems to have come back from his smoking break. Good on you, Guardy. Alright, let's do a tag team thing. Nice job, pal.
I'll make this easy on you. Come out, huh?
Okie doke. Now that we've dealt with the threats in... well, in this room at least, time to do a little bit of exploration. By the way, if I do set off an alarm by failing hacking in this segment, I'm fairly certain that it will get me fired upon by the embassy guards here. By the way, something I'd just like to point out is how if you do end up with Marines as opposed to just embassy guards in this level, then in that little cutscene where I was talking to the guard, then for whatever reason, in the cutscene he's carrying what appears to be an XM8 assault rifle, even though it's literally the only time such rifles are even seen in this game. Wonder if, much like the QBZ-95s back in Nasri's mission, were also a remnant of such things. Guess they couldn't put different reload animations into the game because those rifles look so different from one another. Ah well. In hindsight, it would explain why you can't get Sis's revolvers as weapons should you kill her. Alright. Now that that little rambling is out of the way, time to get on with the mission and go speak to Mr. Surkov. Get through this, but first, we gotta get through a cavalcade of goons first. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Conrad Marburg is also somehow behind this. But then again, his dossier said that he only handles VCI operations in Rome. Okay, not exactly very efficient in terms of ammo expenditure, but still, I managed to deal with them with practically with no damage whatsoever. Nice. Hey, buddy, you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. All official and whatnot. Heads up display. What am I thinking?
Reinforcements are being deployed. They're rappelling from the chopper onto the ledge outside the building.
By the way, this is probably one of my least favorite levels in the game on the grounds that it starts out kind of interesting, but then it just deteriorates as it goes on. I mean, it doesn't deteriorate super quickly, but let's just say the final segment, which is basically the control room mission from GoldenEye, it ain't great. One of the few times where I wish that I had actually leveled up my martial arts skill by a fair margin. Speaking of leveling up, I should probably get my technical aptitude to level 8 soon, and allowing me to take yet another X button prompt in the next mission after this. When I say mission, I mean after the glorified cutscene mission, and would you look at that, I'm not even that far from becoming a level 16. Alright, let's see if I can stealth this segment. This level doesn't seem to be built for stealth too much, but still. Looks like one of the embassy guards seems to be running a distraction on...
I'm picking up his radio.
On the VCI goons here. Ah, man. They smoked the one guard. I seem to be doing a pretty good job, though, all things considered. Oh, can't forget to pick up all the briefcases you find here. You never know if you might find some useful intel. Why did I just pronounce it vaguely French? Might find valuable intel if you check every nook and cranny in this level. Might dig up a few little skeletons in the closet on certain individuals. Huh. Oh. Hello, buddy. Who are you? Just a second, pal. Gotta check this computer as well. Ah. Dossier info on Grigori. Don't worry, folks. I will do a bonus video where I look at all the intel that I've picked up over this playthrough. I know I claimed to do that beforehand and failed to do so, but don't worry. I'm not going to leave you hanging on that end, people.
That armor you're wearing, are you one of these terrorists? If you intended to sneak in here, your plan seems to have backfired, judging from the gunfire and the people you've killed. If you are one of the attackers, whatever you're being paid, I can pay more.
Turn up the feed. I want to hear his voice clearly. Good. You've got his attention. Now get his cooperation.
Surkov, I am not here for your money, only information. But right now, I want to get you out of here, safely.
Very well. I do not know who these attackers are, but I do know this embassy.
Well done. Let's see what he has to share.
The embassy security systems are our problem. The explosion has triggered the automatic security gates. They must be disabled if we want to escape the building.
So I need to find the security terminal and then override the codes.
Yes, the terminal is upstairs. But in the monitoring room next to us, there is a maintenance ladder. Take the ladder to the main security room upstairs. Unlock the gates. Then I can meet up with you at the courtyard. We don't have much time.
By the way, folks, don't worry about what Surkov said about not having much time. You have theoretically infinite time to get up there and override the security panel. Let's redeem myself a little bit. Buy a little martial arts skill. Will come in handy in the next couple of missions. Yeah, next time I level up, I'll get a resilience upgrade.
The room Surkov mentioned should be close by. Once inside, look for a maintenance ladder leading up to the 4th floor.
Oh, almost forgot. There's a turret over there. By the way, Skylar, trigger warning, turret abuse. Don't you judge me. Oh, almost forgot about this little doohickey on the floor.
Let me see if I can open the maintenance hatch by remote.
Huh. I honestly can't believe that I successfully managed to hack that panel off. Just double checking to make sure I didn't forget any pickups. Well, good on me. Stay put, mate. I'll be right back. Now, it's usually around this part of the level where any semi-balance, however you pronounce that word, of stealth tends to go down the toilet.
Be careful.
Mainly because of how certain enemy placements and general lack of cover in certain rooms tend to make it easy to get spotted by the goons in this mission. By the way, you'll be able to open this door later in the level, just as soon as you override the security mechanisms. Likewise with that door. And wouldn't you know, looks like someone started the party without me. No worries. I can always boogie a little bit to... No worries. Even if everybody's already dancing, I can get my boogie shoes on a few minutes late. Evacuate the dance floor. I'm infected by the sound, baby. Okay, that was a fluke. That's odd. Oh, I wasn't aiming high enough. And one rogue grenade blows the camera up, and goodbye, lack of an alarm. Alright, you think you can charge me like that? Show me you're the man. Yeah, let's stick with phosphorus slugs. They might work a little bit better for the end of the level. Got it. Ah, 4,500. Ah, that appeared to be Surkov's computer. Nice. Looks like I may have actually cemented myself as being able to unlock a secret ending to the Moscow hub.
It looks like they're hacking the embassy systems.
Again, folks, I apologize for putzing about randomly in this level. This is where you can kind of make or break the conclusion of the Moscow missions. It's always the midway point. Huh? I think I just managed to pick up ammunition through the walls. Huh. Point blanking it like that? Big mistake, pal. Wish granted, fool. Oh, that shock trap even managed to take out the turret. Good job. By the way, Skylar, you remember all your crazy nicknames for my weapons and gadgets? You know, tranquilizer rounds are jelly beans, flashbangs are unicorns, incendiary grenades are flaming unicorns? Well, I guess would you well, here's my question. Would you consider shock traps electric unicorns? You have to admit, it is a valid suggestion.
Did it. Security gate's unlocked. Now all I have to do is get out of here.
We're moving
Rendezvous with Surkov in the main courtyard. He should be on his way there now.
Okay, it looks like taking pot shots with a shotgun does not seem to be a very good idea right now. Shooting him in the hand actually managed to do pretty well. Oh, hey, buddy. Okay, you know what? Let's take that Fury for a spin. Alright. Alright, let's mambo, boys! This isn't... Okay, this was a mistake! Crap. Ah. Well, this is embarrassing. I apologize for retreating like a coward like that. But... I have principles. My survival instinct may have kicked in, and I'm pretty sure Fury did not become... at its basic level is not exactly that effective in its current state. Okay, that was a redundant sentence. Okay, unless you have at least a level or two, a couple of bits into toughness, then I imagine that Fury is kind of not exactly worth it. Alright, reload my health at that little at that first aid station, and see what's in this laptop over here.
They've taken control of the elevators on the upper floors. I'm trying to shut them down and cut off further reinforcements.
Ah, one more turret at the end of this hallway. The VCI sure seem to love their turrets, regardless of whether or not they're working under Marburg or not. And yet another redundant sentence. See if I can potshot it, if I can take some pot shots at it. From here. Not too shabs. See what I mean? You can get in that other door from... Oh. I forgot which way you can go through that other door. My bad.
Done. But one team slipped through.
Huh. Oh. Keep forgetting about all the dudes here. Man, I'm not on point tonight. As soon as my stealthiness went out the window... Okay, Mr. Mustache Man. Let's see how you can handle this. You all ready for this? I guess you weren't. Alright, let's see if this guy in the other room over here can... Okay, I honestly have no idea where I was going with that joke, but whatever the punchline was supposed to be, he clearly did not have the charisma to handle my 9mm. Crap. Almost accidentally used one of my first aid kits, and then I realized you can't actually use them if you're at full health. Stare at the bookshelf. Stare into the abyss. Huh. Forgot that triggering the alarm there also sends a couple of VCI grunts back up to deal with the disturbance. Oh, did I just manage to shoot the grenade out of his hand? That probably wasn't the case, but still. Wouldn't be too... pretty impressive. I'm saying it is impressive is what it is. Huh. Turret-chan, you were not very smart. Oh, that's the other side of that door that I went through.
I'm picking up VCI transmissions. Looks like reinforcements are entering the embassy.
Ah, reinforcements. my least favorite word of the moment. Getting more and more nervous. I'm gonna end up having to do a do-over before this part's over. And I'm just preemptively taking the silencer off of my pistol. Replace it with something that can at least... let's try more accuracy. Could always do with a little bit more range. And I just realized I forgot to put the extra thing that I purchased for my shotgun on. Granted, it doesn't really improve my accuracy stat that much on this thing, but still, every little bit counts. And in case you're wondering, I am going to do my first attempt at this next segment by running out the door and heading up the ladder to grab the sniper rifle, as opposed to taking the second floor roof access, because I'm still pretty sure, even at this point, if I go through the door, then it'll still trip a flag that claims that I attacked the guards, even if I didn't.
Tango Bogey Niner, initiating search.
Alright. Time to get filthy, boys. Time to play a little silent scope now. If I appear to be going extremely quiet, it's because I'm trying to concentrate on this bit. Stand still, fool. Damn it. Where you at, Buster? Ah, hello, spawning guy. Holy crap, that was amazing. Huh, missed that last guy, but still, completed it in one shot. Not too bad, Fred. Not too bad at all.
Told you're the man to talk to.
Should I be honored? But Halbeck? Why?
It's my responsibility to find out what they're doing here in Moscow.
Your
and stop them.
responsibility? Forgive me, Mr. Thornton, but my understanding was that you are a rogue agent.
That doesn't make me any less responsible to my country or to the world, Mr. Surkov. Can you help me?
I will, gladly. Halbeck is smuggling weapons through Moscow. Was your country not already aware of this?
I'm not sure how much my government really knows. There seems to be protocols in place to blind them to their own actions.
I do not know who Halbeck's contact is in Moscow, but it will not take me long to find out.
I appreciate the cooperation.
As I appreciate you saving my life, Mr. Thornton. I think our responsibility to our countries is something we see eye to eye on.
Glad to hear it, Surkov. I look forward to hearing from you.
And yet another thing that would have changed had I been aggressive or bought information off of Grigori at the bar, then Surkov would have instead pulled a gun on me, and I would have had the opportunity to either just talk him down, which, by the way, isn't as hard as it sounds. You just need to keep talking. He doesn't actually shoot you in that cutscene, if you made your presence known in Moscow, at least. Or you can just disarm him and then talk him down that way, or just kneecap him afterwards. But if you kneecapped him, then you wouldn't unlock this next mission that's going to be coming after this. 100% pistol accuracy. Huh. 31 shots fired. You gotta love the good old 31 theory. By the way, for those of you who don't know what the 31 theory is, it's something Kinsey brings up in Saints Row the Third. I might play it for the channel. Maybe I won't. We will see, friendos. We will see.
Mr. Thornton, I'm glad you were able to make it. I have the information you requested.
Glad to hear it, Mr. Surkov.
Sergei, please. After the incident at the embassy, I'm glad we can talk under more relaxed circumstances, without the armor.
Yeah, wearing civilian clothes is starting to feel out of place the way things are going.
Understood. Mr. Thornton, Michael, as I said, I was able to track down the information you requested. After reading your dossier, however, I had a proposal for you.
So you found out what Halbeck is doing in Moscow?
I did, but there's more to it than that. Michael, I'm going to be honest with you. Based on your record and the events in Rome and Taipei, I think you can be trusted. I have had dealings with Halbeck. In fact, I was their initial contact for smuggling weapons into Moscow, including these missiles you're looking for.
Those missiles were used to bring down that airliner in the Middle East. People died.
Yes, And I think we both know that's just the beginning. Halbeck and I did not see eye to eye on the terms of our arrangement, and we had a falling out. Unfortunately, they've found a new partner here in Moscow, a Konstantin Breko.
Breko? I don't think I've heard of him. If he's an arms dealer, I'm surprised he didn't show up on the radar when I arrived.
He merely has the illusions of becoming one, which makes him more dangerous. He's not the man to show restraint in business dealings, but few members of the Russian Mafia do.
Just tell me where he is.
He has a mansion outside Moscow. I believe the latest weapon shipments are there as well.
So he's probably well armed.
That is likely, yes. Halbeck's arrangement with Breko is going to cause repercussions. I'm a reasonable man, but Breko is dangerous. He will sell to anyone, provided they have the money. Those missiles, along with the other Halbeck munitions, could end up in places where greater tragedies can occur.
So what's your proposal?
If I help you with Breko, I do not want my past involvement with Halbeck exposed. Working with him was a mistake, and I understand that.
All right. What can you tell me about him? I don't want to go there and find any more surprises like I did at the embassy.
You didn't have me as a business partner then. And I don't like my associates working in the dark.
Then all I need is Breko's location.
He is in a mansion outside Moscow, decorated to his own particular tastes.
I'm more interested in his defenses.
That intelligence you may have to gain on your own, or purchase from local contacts.
Just download the location of my PDA, and I'm set.
Very well. I will have the information sent to you. And thank you again for saving my life, Michael.
Whoa there, big guy. Didn't see you there. You been there the whole time?
My apologies. Champion Chick is here to see me, Mr. Thornton. If you are going after Breko, then I am in need of protection while you're away.
Nothing better than a walking wall, I guess. That medal for real?
Champion Chick won it in the Olympics. Boxing, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I won some too. In shooting and martial arts. Have fun, you two.
So you and Surkov met at the embassy during the attack.
I could have timed it better had I known the VCI was planning to assault the place.
But you survived, even if many of the Marines stationed at the embassy did not. An unfortunate coincidence. Who knew those mercenaries would choose that moment to attack?
Yeah. I was only after Surkov. Didn't mean for anyone else to get in the way.
Now, don't be down on yourself. No one knew the embassy was going to be attacked, did they?
Someone did.
Well, I hear most of the Marines died doing their duty, and the VCI suffered some casualties, I imagine, but probably not much. But you handled yourself exceptionally well. You must have had help. You're truly a skilled agent, Mr. Thornton. But one man against several highly trained squads? No. The odds aren't that good.
Sometimes the best method is to send a man in alone. Good help is hard to find, and it usually slows me down anyway. Something wrong?
No. But remind me not to play poker with you. Well, if it hadn't been for that attack in Moscow, I doubt if anyone would have known you were in the city. You certainly kept a low profile.
I'm not in broadcasting or marketing, so that shouldn't surprise you.
I don't know. It seems you still make an impression on the fairer sex, no matter what the age difference is.
What are you talking about?
Z. In mercenary circles, she's something of an... old reliable.
Is that why she's on your payroll?
Ah, so you backtracked that, did you? Very good.
She's not a big fan of your friend Marburg, judging from her comments.
The poor man doesn't have many friends in his line of work, Thornton. Show some sympathy.
I already pity him.
I'll pass that along. But back to the reason you were at the embassy. Surkov.
Yeah, I sort of expected more from ex-KGB when I met him, but maybe that's part of his charm.
So you know about his past?
Yep, him going legit, starting his corporation. Sorry, corporations. Trying to bring capitalism to Russia, the whole bit.
I see. You didn't seem to have much trouble getting information out of Surkov. I imagine you two had a cordial talk while the bullets were flying.
He cooperated. I think he appreciated the fact I acted like a professional. I don't know if he fully trusted me then, but...
But he did tell you who had the Helbeck missiles. And he gave you a name.
Yes. Konstantin Brayko.
Ah, Brayko. What is it about the younger generation? At least Surkov was a businessman. They pretend to obey the law. But Konstantin, now there's a story I'd like to hear. Up-and-coming Russian mobster meets rogue American agent. What could the two of you possibly talk about?
How Video killed the radio star.
Now that I think about it, that little blurb from Mike about how Video killed the radio star... By the way, folks, I get the reference. It's a song by the Buggles. I think that's how you pronounce their name. That song and Brayko's boss battle music, spoilers by the way, is Turn Up the Radio by Autograph. Interestingly enough, both of those songs were in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Coincidence? Probably. But the important thing is, we managed to meet Surkov. He seems to like us for the moment, and he even gave us a name as to who's been boosting the shipments. Next time in this playthrough, we are going to take a ride over to Mr. Brayko's house and tell him why it's not exactly nice to steal shipments from someone that used to be your mentor. That is where we shall conclude for today. I'm Fredo Supreme, the American Dream. Holla at y'all later.